Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and back with a new unboxing video. And well, it's Tuesday evening, I guess. I'm super tired and also a little pissed because I received mail from the AUT RECORDS camp once again, so I'm not pissed about that. But I found that mail, that like big envelope, brutally stuffed and like shoved into my mailbox, so it was sticking out, like 2/3 of it was sticking out. And Deutsche Post DHL, well done, I'd say. Once again, another like wrecked package. Usually the AUT RECORDS CDs that they send me are not like in a plastic tray, so I think they survived, but I expect some damage. But how? Like, dear postman, is this a thing? When you see this is like a thick parcel and you see that it's like not fitting into like the slit, like which is like 5 centimeters or something like that, in like German standard mailboxes, how do you like use brute force and like destroy the whole thing just to get it in there? Just leave me a notification. The post office is like 3 minutes from here. I'm gonna pick that up like willingly 1 or 2 days later, but do not leave damage. So this is my rant. Not the first one on this channel, and I will probably link another one, another DHL Deutsche Post rant in the end cut of this video, because, well, fuck you guys. But now let's dive into this. CDs are in there, it's already open, so I'm gonna like continue to. Oh, there is some damage. So oh, there is more damage. So let's see what we got here. We got a bunch of CDs and the respective press infos, which I will unfold like quickly because I like to have the right one at hand when I show you the CDs. And the CDs are all in like five CDs maybe, all in shrink wrap. So I'm gonna remove that. And yeah, what's up? What has been up within the last 2 weeks? I've been going out a lot. I met painting once again on Wednesday last week. They were playing at the Westwerk, which I really enjoyed, with a new album I bought but haven't listened to yet because my week was so busy. But they have a new album out, and it was fun to meet them again. We had like a good chat. I met them first at Nachtasyl like 2 years ago, I guess, when they played there and performed their album Painting is Dead. And now they got a new one that is snapshots of pure attention or something like that. Really enjoyed that. This is their sound is more dense and like more a little bit in your face. A lot of like strange counting time, so it's not all 4/4, but a lot of like weird, I don't know how to count rhythms in that, like in a regard that is like jazz oriented or whatever. So it's like 5/4 and 2/3 or whatever they did there. So a lot of complex things, a lot of shifts musically, and like a lot of parts within one song. So from some songs you could have, other bands could have easily made 2 or 3. But they decided to put this all in one song, and that was really interesting, and really enjoyed like seeing them again and stuff. So this was great. Then on Friday I went to the Paris Pa festival just for 2 hours. I paid like $25 entry fee just for that 2 hours, because it would have been like an all-day ticket usually. But I saw that Jana Rush from Chicago, whom I've met at, who invited me to the RSO in Berlin like the year before last year, when she played there for the first time, was playing in Hamburg. So I dropped by. We had like exchanged a few words, and because of the festival stuff and it's always busy, and I brought her our new record, which she had like heard as MP3 before. So she's one of the like main purveyors of footwork in Juke. I thought it was suitable to bring her that records. And on Sunday I went to the Markthalle, or like to the Marx, which is actually the small venue within the Markthalle Hamburg, which is like the concert venue I work at. because like a colleague of mine has like a rock band and was playing there with like 2 other bands, and I was just curious and I decided like, let's support them, let's go there. And this is like well, proper rock music, old-fashioned, like old-fashioned, it sounds vintage, but like proper 70s rock, 80s rock maybe, a world that is like kind of foreign to me, but always interesting to see. And yeah, it was good to see them. Met a few good people there, but then like had like 2 G&T and went home. But now let's dive into the bunch of CDs, 5 in total from the AUT RECORDS camp here. We're starting with this one because I see it lying around here, which is LAC Trio, LAC Trio, La Incerta de la Farfalla. Isn't Farfalla or Farfalle a kind of noodle thing? So, well, AUT RECORDS, you know, of course, you've seen them on my channel quite a lot. Berlin-based label, or Berlin Italian-based label, run by Davide Lorenzon, at home in the realm of jazz and free improv, but also expanding into other worlds. And this is AUT RECORDS 124, to be released on April, or has been released on April 9th, so a few weeks ago. 48 minutes album, which looks like this. Probably take this as a thumbnail here because the cover is pretty and stuff. And it's the first one in the video, so let's settle down on that for a thumbnail. So give it a twist once again. And what we got here, okay, there is info in that. It has been funded by the SINA fund, whatever this is, but looks very beautiful. I like the texture of that, or like non-texture. This is also like a very rubbery print thing. And this is a trio consisting of Andrea Leone, Leonardo Franceschini and Carlo Longo on tenor sax, guitar and drums respectively, featuring Hanna Marike, which sounds like a German name, or Marike is more, yeah, I guess it's even like northern Germany probably, on vocals on one track, on the Biossoir, I guess, on the 5th track here. 48 minutes album, and this is what this is this album unfolds as a reflection on the creative and revolutionary power of inaction, so it's like non-action maybe. Its beauty and richness are as a response and alternative to a society obsessed with productivity and constant self-optimization. So this seems like there is, this is ambient, or ambient jazz, ambient improv maybe, because they're talking about how sounds dissolve into the flow of the moment, and could be like one sound at a time, feels like it, very minimal probably, very floaty I imagine. So this is the first one we got. The next one is, let's go ahead with this one. It's a project maybe by Andrea Ciceri, which is called Isatomic. It's called Fisse, the album. This is how it looks, the press info looks like. Very Star Universe inspired cover here from the print. Multi-people project, six people involved, 7 tracks, 65 minutes total playtime. And this comes from an angle of personal and introspective research, both on the instrumental and compositional sides of the musical spectrum. The whole group ensemble is led by Andrea Ciceri and like features a lot of people from the jazz scene of Milan in Italy. We got some influences from the 60s, from avant-garde and like 60s avant-garde and onwards. And probably influences from the universe in its whole beauty, as this sounds, or this looks, this might even not be like stars, but it looks like Hubble deep space, or like James Webb deep space, thing at the first glimpse, so this is why I was like drawn to that phrasing, I guess. But could also be like a photograph or graphics from the subatomic scale, which also would explain the abstraction here. But it looks like, to me, this could be like the horizon of a planet, maybe, down here, if you get what I mean. So curious about that. Review will be popping up on my website, Erzählt. As I said, 56 minutes total playtime. The main track, Fisse, is like expanding or like exceeding the 15 minutes mark even. So this could like also be like a very cosmic, like not in terms of cosmic equals kosmische Musik, but like a whole broadband, whole scale experience here in listening. The next one is, this looks more artsy, more abstract, more modern, but more like, well, contemporary modern, but different definitely. Friedrich Michio Retrospektive, which is a retrospective, of course, in English. A three-member trio with Enrico Milani on cello, percussions, and Yoyusho. Sounds like a Japanese or Asian instrument. Matteo Minotto on reeds, percussion, toy piano, and Pietro Montino on violin, percussions, and hulusi. Whatever hulusi is, 7 tracks, 38 minutes runtime. Hulusi could also be like an African instrument, but I also could be like fully mistaken here. But I like that kind of like Soviet era graphic art thing on the cover for sure. They got, like the 3 musicians got roots in classical music, but they embark on a distinct journey into like punk, klezmer, and improvised music. This was like before they came together to play as a group, and this led to their definition as like punk chamber music, which is like a composite word in German. So you can see down here, Punkkammermusik, down here somewhere, like the long word, and this is how composite nouns in German work. Usually you take like auto for automobile, and you take like street, put that together, like just fuse them and like get Autostraße, which is like a normal street for cars maybe. And so that is what they did with their like musical roots, I guess, and like put that together as a word. And this one presents an anthology of thematic pieces and improvisations that have like taken shape over a decade of creative exploration. So it's interesting that when you play together as a band, like, or as an ensemble for like 10 years, you always come back to like the same ideas and form them and shape them. Very, very interesting process, and I never understood how like bands write songs. It's like a total mystery to me. I just cannot wrap my head around how that works, and I probably even can't when it comes to like jazz and classical as well, or neoclassical stuff, because I come from a totally different background, and my brain thinks in tracks and in like patterns and like 16-bar structures and 64-bar structures. So which is also has to be in kind of mixable shape when I do music with Sascha Müller, at least. And well, they don't care at all about like what their music actually is or what the categories of their music are, and all like an organic development. And this is like a bunch of brief compositions. Well, 6 minutes, I wouldn't say brief, but there's also one like Edamame, which is only 42 seconds. So let's see what this is. Another review to come on my website, Erzählt. The artwork is super intense. I super love that. I would wear this as a t-shirt probably, because well, as you know, I'm working on my own merch shop right now, also for this way, for Erzählt and stuff, and for my labels. which is to be found on somewhere in the doobly-doos down there. But I also think a lot about like prints and fashion and old rave fashion and like stuff, how to combine like pieces and shirts and all that. Like I think about that a lot recently, which I haven't done a lot prior to that in terms of like actively thinking about that. But let's not waste time. We got another one here, which is Jordi Cassania Babastelle, Vestige Éthésien, maybe, 8 tracks, AUT RECORDS 125. Once again, the press info. And this is a 5-piece, a quintet, double bass, clarinet, baritone, saxophone, bass, clarinet, cello, and drums, comprised of Jordi Cassania, Yann Le Colère, Han de Bacar, Adèle Viré, and Samuel Baer. And they refer to this album as a logbook of sound inspired by geological formations shaped by the winds, currents, and time. So this also could be like hinting to a like long organic flow when it comes to the pieces, and not really like to harsh changes and stuff. And they are like merging impressionistic drumming, which is interesting because impressionism is always like a kind of abstract thing, with chamber jazz and free improv echoing Renaissance broken concerts and the legacy of artists like Mal Waldron and Eric Dolphy, and evoking memories of Debussy, Bartók, and Takemitsu's sonic calligraphy. Okay, I'm very vaguely familiar with Bartók and Debussy in terms of their name, not their music, but let's find out what this is. Got another album that could be space themed, but seems to be more of a macro photography thing. Once again, looks like this. CD looks like this. And we got a track list on the back. And the final one is a duo, maybe. Yeah, a fully fledged duo of Victoria Jordanova and Jerome Descamps. A second orb. 9 tracks, 32 minutes total runtime. From February 26th of this year, 2025. Oh, I totally forgot to mention all the like proper release dates, but well, look that up on my website later. They are blending improvisation with composition. This is interesting phrasing as well. They explore 2 seemingly incongruous sound worlds: free jazz improvisation and 21st century classical, which is neoclassical and stuff. Musical dialogue spans a wide emotional range, bizarre, humorous, exotic, and profoundly moving. This recording highlights these 2 spheres as luminous orbs in the same sky, so double star system incoming, Star Wars anyone? And well, they are intertwined, offering a unique and evocative listening experience, which is, okay, you probably might not see this very well because the colors might wash out, because there's like a lemony green print in terms of typography and the bluish artwork. But harp and trombone and cello is like pointing to a very calm and relaxed and also flowy and probably ethereal music, I guess. But you will also read a detailed review of this on my website, and I'll see you within the next days or weeks, because probably more days, I guess, because the concert shifts are slowing down due to seasonal changes. It's warmer, there are not so many people going out to concerts and stuff, and festival season is coming, so I would have like a bit more free time in summer and also more time to get into all other things I'm working on right now. For this moment, Bass Junkie out. See you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Leave me a comment. You know the score. See you in the next one.